everyone! So today I'm here to help you figure out what is Dice Realms and is it worth it? Is it really just a gimmick? Well, I'll give you a preview. Look at this bag! It's huge! It's so big! Okay, so there really is a reason for the bag. It's not just really big and cool. Even though you don't really play with it in the game, what it does is it helps you randomize the tiles that are used, which essentially represents the different faces of your dice that you're using in the game. And so when you have 30 plus tiles, you need a really, really big bag, like a sleeping bag size bag. And I'm just really happy they gave us a giant baggie so we can just stick our hands in it and draw stuff out. It's nice, it's lovely. But after you set things up for randomizing, which is not your first game, I recommend using the set dice for your very first game. Then you can use this cool dude. So yay for just including awesome cool stuff. Okay. This might be gimmicky. I don't know, it's unnecessary, and I kind of love that it's unnecessary, and I still got it. So what do you do in Dice Realms? Dice Realms is a customizable dice game where players are popping off the faces of their 2 dice that they begin with and adding upgrades and really cool special faces that allow them to get more stuff. And it's always good to get more stuff. So players are trying to get grain to feed their people because there might actually be a time where you roll a fate die and you have to pay for the amount of dice that you have. So essentially your dice are your workers and you have to pay for them, but not every round. It's a little, I don't know. Is it going to happen this turn? Is it going to happen turn after turn after turn? Who knows? So there's a little bit of unpredictability with feeding your people, but that's why you got to get grain. People are also getting gold. They are also getting upgrades, and they're also getting victory points. There are some really phenomenal actions that players can take. Play is actually really fast and very efficient. One player is going to grab that fate die and add it to their pool, but it doesn't count as one of their player dice. They're going to roll those dice, and everybody is now going to have the choice to reroll. Do I want to reroll any number of my dice any number of times? Everybody gets a free reroll. Yay! I love that. Fantastic action. I love it. Period. Boom. Full stop. But if you need to, you can pay little reroll chits, or you can have rerolls on your dice that tell you reroll this die or reroll any die that you want. After the reroll, players' dice are set, and now they are going to essentially do stuff. They can pop out and upgrade. There's this fantastic upgrade tree that tells you which colors and which functions, essentially, of those colors, which are color friendly, by the way. There is symbology. So color blind friendly, yes, I love that. But this tree essentially tells you what's coming up and how much it costs to upgrade to that particular face. And you're just popping them out with like a little toothpick cutie thing, and you pop in a new thing, and then you roll your dice again. And it's almost simultaneous. Like play goes all the way through each of those 3 phases. Rolling the dice, finding out what the fate die was and activating that particular action, re-rolling your dice if you want to, and then keeping your dice and essentially doing your upgrades. That's it. So turns are really fast, and then hence this game is pretty fast. I have found that the games I've played go by really quickly. You're as fast as your slowest player. And if someone's played this before, roll. Boom, 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 and you're just doing it. I mean, it just really happens, even if you play with the different tiles that you're not familiar with. Sure, in the pre-game, when you're trying to set up and make sure that you've got everything correct, you have to figure out, well, what do these things do, and why would I invest in them, and how can I use them to, the best of their strength? But you are just going. So this is a dice rolling game. It is essentially a deck builder, but it's in dice. So it's a dice builder. Now, in dice rolling, you may not get the side. You may not ever see a side that you invest in. How does Dice Realms mitigate that? Because players might get really upset. I got a really cool top level, top tier upgrade, and I never saw it. I never got the benefit from it. Well, guess what? You get victory points. So every upgrade you make past the basic ones into that 2nd and 3rd level, those are going to give you 1 and 2 points respectively. So there is a reason to invest. There is a reason to do upgrades. And there isn't just always go for victory points and just roll and grab victory points mid-game. Because if you can't feed your people, you get misery. And misery is minus victory points. And the game essentially triggers when all of one resource has been taken, which is the grain. It could be the victory points, or it could be the misery points. And so players are essentially playing, eating up their resources that are portioned out at the beginning of the game based on the amount of players that you have and the special tiles you're using. And so the game lasts as long as it should, no matter how many players you have. And I like that. I think it works really, really well. It makes a whole lot of sense. So is this just a gimmick? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's a gimmick at all. I think, and if it is, maybe then I just like it. Kind of like my bag. This bag is so nice. Well, I don't think it is. I think it works really well. I think it's smart. And I think that this game is designed by a seasoned designer. Tom Lehman is no spring chicken, and neither is Rio Grande Games. So I think what this game is doing is it's coming from a trusted designer that is, tried and true and tested. I mean, we love these games. And we also appreciate Rio Grande. So I am saying no to the gimmick because there is game here. It's a fast game. I will kind of emphasize that again. I was really surprised at how fast this game is, but the game is incredibly replayable. It's replayable with the same tiles that you use, or if you want to trade out the 5 special ones with any from the bag, which there are so many different faces that you can use for 5 tiles. What you do is you just grab those tiles and the upgrades, and you can punch those into any die that you have. You can collect even more dice in the game by paying money and wheat, and you can roll more and more and more dice, gathering more and more workers. And the game just grows with you as you play, and you get to know these brand new tiles, these brand new functions and features. I would like to note that theme, meh. I don't really, even Dice Realms. Dice Realms doesn't seem to even match, and the cover on the box doesn't even seem to look like what you're actually playing with. I've heard a lot of players and reviewers say it's kind of ugly. The faces are just really not that aesthetically pleasing. I don't care. I really don't care, because this game is supposed to be functional, and you want your players to look at a die face and know exactly what it means. So the symbology is clear, the instructions are clear, the player aids are right there for everyone to figure out, because you want to play essentially simultaneously as you roll your dice, as you re-roll your dice, as you execute your dice, and as you upgrade. Everything should just kind of happen all at the same time, and you're just running through your temporary money, which is your gold, and you're just doing all the things you need to do, ready to go. And everyone, when they're ready, they put their dice in their hands and they just kind of stare at the slowpokes at the table who are still, working on what are they trying to do on their turn. So this game is just so clean and easy to understand, and I don't care that I don't really get into the theme. The tiles have a picture, and they have like a little story, and they have a name, and I go, whatever, you're a lord? Who cares? You're a tax collector? Nah, I don't care what your name is. So for me, the names and the pictures and the kind of theme, I don't care. I don't care. I just want to roll my dice, and I want to make the best of my move, and I want to pop in new cool sides, and I want to just customize my dice. I want to, and every time I play, I find that we have similar opportunities to do certain things, and we are all picking radically different things to do. And so every turn, you are essentially influencing that next turn immediately. I might roll the thing I just got instead of letting it sit in a deck of cards, in a stack of, played cards, and then have to shuffle my, pile, my, used pile. No. I get to have that thing right away. And the next turn, roll it again. It's so cool and it's so exciting. I really, really like how fun it is, how exciting it is, the thrill. I love customizing. I think customizing is a great way to make players feel like they are doing something and they're meaningful choices. And when you don't get what you want, just play again. Just reroll. Use all your reroll chips to just, get what you want. And if you don't, who cares? It's so fun. It's fast. And I think there's so much here to enjoy. And the coolest thing is that the fate die that you play with is also customizable. So the thing you roll every single round that affects you, that changes the dice that are used, the amount of stuff you get, the taxes, the food you have to pay, you can actually change out those faces for your fate die as well. So that's not the same every single time. And I think that's pretty clever. So there is enough in Dice Realms to play and replay and have a fantastic time. No, this isn't a gimmick. This is a real game. There's a juicy game here made by a really clever designer. Okay? The next thing is the replayability. You've got so many thoughtful combinations of these faces that you get to pick 5 of that go along with the basic dice that you start off with, that all those basic things are essentially upgradable. But you have those 5 and there's great combinations. There's the bag you can use to just customize your own, and the fate die is also customizable. I think it works really well. Everything is easy to do. Lots of, again, player aids and just ease of getting into it. So brand new players coming to this probably shouldn't struggle too much, and once you get to know it, the games are going to be faster and faster, and you're going to explore all the cool things that Dice Realms has to offer. Thank you so much for joining me for this and for, hanging in there when I get excited about really dumb stuff, okay? Bags are cool. They're just cool. Okay? I'll see you next time.